energy in thermal system. Our group member is Muhammad Afiq bin SUHAIZAN, Muhammad HAIKAL bin NORHAIZAN, Muaz bin YASIR, and Muhammad FAIZ ZAIM bin Muhammad ZAIRI. Objective: to gain thermal equilibrium and to determine final temperature. Hypothesis: the final temperature obtained from experiment will be the state in which the temperature of two substances reach the equal temperature at a certain time. Safety and regulation.
According to how to make an experiment. The first thing to do before making an experiment is to follow the way of making the experiments, either according to way found in the books or listen to the instruction for your instructor. Most importantly, you must pay attention and follow the step from beginning to end. Before starting the experiments, if you have any question or you are not clear about this experiment, you should ask your instructor to avoid any problems that occur during the experiments. Number 2. Preparation before entering the lab must be worn properly while carrying out work in the relevant laboratory. As a safety measure, wear is also one of the safety rules because it can prevent accidents or injuries. For example, wearing gloves and covered shoes. 3. The place for doing experiment. To make this experiment, we need an area that is closed and not exposed to wind because this experiment will use a Bunsen burner. Number 4. Use equipment experiment properly. Important. For safety, you must know how to use the equipment because this experiment uses a Bunsen burner. Before starting the experiment, you need to know how to operate the Bunsen burner after it is used to boil water. After that, you need to operate the beaker using clamps because the beaker is still hot. Lastly, save the paper to record the data. Make sure the paper is away from the Bunsen burner to avoid exposure to fire. Lastly, clean it before leave the lab. Before leaving the lab, make sure the lab is clean after use. Store equipment when it has been used for own safety and the safety of others.
Data and result.
Untuk mengira tabel 3A iaitu M1 ialah M1 sama dengan 109.5 gram darab 1 kg bahagi 1000 gram sama dengan 0.195 kg. Seterusnya untuk mengira tabel 3A M2 ialah M2 sama dengan 208.5 gram darab 1 kg bahagi 1000 gram sama dengan 0.285 kg. Untuk mengira M3 pula, M3 sama dengan 290 gram darab 1 kg per 1000 gram samaan 0.29 kg. Untuk tabel 3B, T1 adalah 32 Celsius, T2 96 Celsius, T final 61 Celsius. Untuk mengira tabel 3C, mass of tap water samaan dengan M cold samaan dengan M2 tolak M1 0.285 kg tolak 0.195 kg. Jawapannya 0.099 kg. Seterusnya, untuk mendapatkan mass of hot water sama dengan M hot sama dengan M3 tolak M2. Jalan kiranya 0.29 kg tolak 0.2085 kg sama dengan 0.0815 kg. Final temperature of mixture water iaitu T final ialah 61 Celsius. Untuk final temperature of mixture water T final from theory, Q release sama dengan Q gain MCA theta hot water sama dengan MCA theta tap water. Jalan kiranya TF sama dengan MHT2 tambah MCT1 bahagi MH tambah MC. Seterusnya TF sama dengan 0.0815 kg darab 96 tambah 0.099 darab 32 bahagi 0.0815 tambah 0.099. Jawapan T final 60.89 Celsius. Untuk mengirakan error sama dengan teori tolak eksperimen bahagi teori darab 100%. Jalan kiranya error sama dengan 61 Celsius tolak 60.89 Celsius bahagi 60.89 Celsius darab 100%. Jawapannya adalah 0.20%.
Weigh the mass of an empty beaker and record as M1. Measure the mass of the beaker with tap water and record as M2. Then boil the tap water by using Bunsen burner about 10 minutes. Preparing beaker B. Fill another empty beaker with 100 ml water. Then read the initial temperature of tap water and record as T1. After 10 minutes of boiling process of beaker A, turn off the fire to stop boiling. Read the temperature of hot water and record as T2. Then pour the water from beaker B into beaker A gently. Stir the mixture slowly about 10 seconds. Then record the final temperature as T final. Finally, weigh the mass of the mixture and record as M3.
Conclusion. After the calculation, we just get 0.20% error.